Again, if you have 3 individuals who start an LLC and you say nothing else more, by default, what? They're all members. And then by default, they all have equal control. So that's a third. Is that how you want the distribution to look? If nothing's written and something was to come up or happen and you had to go to court or some fact finder had to make a decision, it's easier just to say, okay, whatever you're arguing about, we're gonna split it in thirds. But what if one of the members didn't even give a third of participation, a third of anything, you know? And it's fine if they don't, and then you want them to get a third of the profit. You want them to be accountable for a third of the losses. But if you don't, that needs to be in writing exactly how distribution of profit and losses look. Is it equal? Is it more or less for certain members? Those things need to be covered, and that information need to be covered in operating agreement. You also want to mention in the operating agreement, if something was to happen from a third party outside, such as a creditor. So say if a member owed a creditor something, and that creditor wanted to come after the member, you want to make sure in your operating agreement, how does that look when each individual may be, you know, attacked or charged, especially by a creditor. There's something called a charging order that you will want in your agreement. Some states, by default, have that strong protection. They'll say, you know, if this is a holding company, by default, the charging order is how that will be handled. And let me explain what a charging order is before I explain more. A charging order pretty much says, you know, to the creditor, you're only able to recoup from this particular member whatever it is that they are accounted for in a company. You can't just go after the company as a whole. You can't go after different individuals. It's just after this person, and when that person is paid out or dividends or distributed, whatever, you have to wait until that happens, but you only can get that. And so some states are, you know, stronger with the charging order, and that by default, if you are a holding company, is the actual remedy that, you know, the standard collection that a creditor can get. But if it's not a state that has that, then you want to put that in your operating agreement. So that way, when you do go to court, you can put this is what your intention was of how to operate.